Moving on to our next story, staying on with West Africa, the junta-led nations of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger have dragged Ukraine to the United Nations, accusing Kyiv of supporting terrorism. The military juntas of the three Sahel nations have written to the United Nations Security Council, asking it to denounce Ukraine's support for rebel groups in the region. They called on the Security Council to take appropriate actions against Ukraine's subversive acts, which they say strengthen terrorist groups in Africa. In July of this year, Mali troops and Russia's Wagner group suffered huge losses at the hands of Mali separatists. The ethnic Tuareg-led separatists killed 84 Wagner mercenaries and 47 Malian soldiers over days of fierce fighting in northern Mali. This is potentially Wagner's heaviest defeat in Africa since it entered the region to help the military governments fight Islamist insurgents. Ukraine's military intelligence agency claimed Kyiv provided necessary information to the Mali separatists to carry out attacks against Russian war criminals. Mali had cut diplomatic ties with Ukraine in early August over the admission. Niger also followed suit days later in solidarity with its neighbor. Both nations accused Ukraine of direct involvement in the conflict and supporting terrorism. Ukraine has repeatedly denied the accusations, calling them groundless and untrue. It has said that it adheres unconditionally to the norms of international law. Ukraine called Mali and Niger's decision to sever ties short-sighted and hasty. Mali's separatist alliance has also said it did not receive any Ukrainian support. The military governments in West Africa have forged closer ties with Russia and have ditched the traditional Western allies, including the United States and France. After kicking the Western troops out, they have turned politically and militarily towards Russia for security cooperation. Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger also broke away from the regional grouping ECOWAS earlier this year and formed a new confederation, the Alliance of Sahel States. Meanwhile, Ukraine is also making a strategic push in Africa. It has opened multiple new embassies in the region and is strengthening bilateral and multilateral relations. Reports also suggest Ukraine and Russia are supporting the two warring sides in Sudan's civil war. And most African nations have avoided taking sides in the Russia-Ukraine war. But these attempts to play a proxy war suggest that the conflict in Europe has spilled over to Africa.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for a future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
To the West Indies, what can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alyson coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
It starts with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost